Got a question for the people out there that work hard. Have y'all noticed that there is a trend when it comes to how the work market actually works, like throughout the year? Meaning, like for example, have any of y'all noticed that if in January, well, not only in January and December and January is the worst weather that you can have in the state of Indiana, in particularly, and in most places in the U.S. During that time period, if you don't have a job or you don't have a decent job, well, just you know what, if you don't have a job, you're in a really bad spot, like super bad because of the weather. Because of the weather and the opportunities to be able to just go out in the streets and look for a job or even do side work or even hustle the streets, you know what I'm saying, as far as the illegal business because it's so cold and it's such bad weather and blah, blah, blah. But on top of that, it seems like at that time of the year, of course, December, folks just getting prepared or just spent a whole bunch of money or whatever on this holiday crap, which also is another trend that it seems like almost every month or every couple months there's something to celebrate, but that's a whole nother point. My point is have y'all noticed that if you don't have a job during December going into January or January, that financially and seems like it's completely hopeless, like that's the time when basically it's like being in famine. But if you can hold on, meaning you can find a way, or if you do have an employment, even if it's not good employment, as long as you have some employment and you can hold on to get into February, have y'all noticed this? That employment opens up slowly. What I mean by that is like you've been looking for jobs online, Indeed and ZipRecruiter and all this crap and calling places and trying to get to places as much as you possibly can or whatever the case may be. But during February, some of those places start to actually hit. You start getting some callbacks and things of that nature. Then, after February, going into March and April, even more jobs open up, better paying jobs open up. And then, of course, May, that's when it's like in between that, where it's like there's jobs and things like that, and they're becoming more, but at the same time they're starting to dwindle down. So it's kind of like if you ain't employed by then, you're going into a tough spot. So by June and July, if you ain't got a job by then, like you probably ain't gonna be able to really get one. You know what I'm saying? But then there's the hustles because it's hot and it's dry and it's, you know what I'm saying, and the side work and you can do those type of things. So you kind of can possibly, smooth your way through that time period of the year. July, excuse me if I mess up the months, August, September, October, in between that time, basically, like, that's when they're starting to really start to dwindle, like job opportunities and things like that. I just wonder, and of course, we're at October and then going into November into December. Basically, ain't no jobs to be gotten unless it's some really part-time stuff or if you have a trade or a skill or something like that. Has anybody ever noticed that? You know what I'm saying? Like, because as the years went on, I had kind of noticed, but then I really started noticing as I got older and I started to have issues with getting jobs and keeping employment because of the lack of schooling and skills and trade, the paperwork to say that I know how to do the things that I know how to do, and in the industry that I've been tapped into, which is the food service industry, especially that industry. That's exactly how that situation tends to go. I wonder if I'm the only one who's noticing this, and am I the only one who goes through it? So y'all let me know if that's the case.